We're going to get started shortly. Thank you all for being here. What a beautiful display of Guyanese pride and culture this morning. Thank you.
All right, everybody, good morning. How about another hand? Yeah? The warm-up band. All right. We're thrilled to be here in Little Guyana. I'm Tim Minton, the Communications Director for the MTA. I'm going to get out of the way because we have dignitaries. We got a lot of fun. It's great to see everybody here. Thank you for coming. Media is ready, yep. Anybody not ready to go? All the cameras? All right, fabulous. So without any further delay, here is your head of subways for the entire New York City subway system, Demetrius Critchlow.
He always does such great notification that I'm coming aboard. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. I'm Demetrius Critchlow, Senior Vice President of the Department of Subways at the MTA here. We at the MTA, we value diversity of communities, diversity of our employees, diversity of leadership. And so it's actually a great moment to be here to celebrate this moment. Guyana is known for its diverse population of people, whether that is African, Indian, Indigenous Indian, Portuguese. So many cultures that all come together. And that reminds me of New York and what we do here, what we are in New York. New York is a melting pot of communities, family, friends. This location is special. We just had a celebration of the Republic anniversary in February. Holi coming up this weekend. This is the perfect time, the perfect place to recognize Little Guyana. It may not feel like it, but spring is coming. With spring, there's warmth, color, vibrance. Little Guyana represents the cultural color, warmth, vibrance. That's what this represents today. There's an important symbiotic relationship between transportation and the communities for which we serve. Every community that's surrounded by transportation thrives in it. They are what they are because of the transportation in it. People are tied to the locations that are next to them. No one says, that's the subway down the block. They say, that's my station. No one says, that's the bus stop down the corner. They say, that's my bus stop. People take ownership in that. This event, Little Guyana, you take ownership in. You can own that as a part of this community. I know my employees do. They support the community. My employees support the community. They shop these locations. They're looking for the best place to get pepper pot. They're looking for the cassava bread. Who's got that the best? They're looking for those opportunities, and I want to have some too. We want to invite people to come to this neighborhood. We want to invite them to come to Little Guyana, and this is going to put you on the map if you haven't already been there, which you have. We look forward to being able to continue in the same vein. So I will admit that it did take some advocacy to get here. We had partners that worked with us, that fought for this right. I'd like to acknowledge a few people. First off, Senator Joseph Adabo, who has been a stalwart friend, an advocate with the MTA to make this happen. He celebrates the Guyanese community around this transit hub. Senator Adabo has invited the Richmond Hills South Ozone Park Lions Civic Association to work with his office and to make this event happen today. I also need to acknowledge Romeo Hitlau. And not to be forgotten, Naidu Veerapan, for their staunch advocacy right here on behalf of this local community. And of course, Assembly members like David Weprin, Assembly member Jennifer Rajkumar, New York City Council member Lynn Shulman, and a host of other community members who have been there for you for this moment. I'm also joined by Sukrani Danpat, who's the South Asian liaison to the mayor's office, and Lynette Shelbourne Barfield. A lot of people came out to recognize this special moment. So congratulations, team. Congratulations to this community. Congratulations to this event and the people who surround me amazingly behind me. Thank you for this moment. And with that, I will turn it over to Senator Adabo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Critchlow. Thank you very much to you and the entire MTA family who's with us today. Thank you so much for making this happen. I truly appreciate your efforts today and every day. And to my good friend Romeo Hitlal and to all the Lions, thank you so much for this. Welcome to Guyana signage, Little Guyana signage. You know, it's not just about a sign. It's not just about a sign. It's not a sign. It's a symbol. It's a symbol of the cultural heritage of the Guyanese community. It's a symbol of the contributions over the decades that the people of Guyana have brought to this community, to our economics, our small businesses along Liberty Avenue and Lefferts Boulevard. It's about their contributions to the community, to the schools of our community, to the families who have been here. It's about that. It's not just a sign. It's a symbol of the diversity. The diversity of our community that has been growing over the years, over decades, in our communities, in our borough, the most diverse borough in the world, in our city, in our state, in our country, which is why the United States is the greatest country in the world, because of its diversity. And we've witnessed it right here. We all have. We've witnessed it right here. That sign is a symbol of the early immigrants who came here. So while that sign will welcome visitors, new visitors to Little Guyana, we have to be reminded of the immigrants who have been here over decades. See, I got to witness that. I lived in Ozone Park all my life. I've been shopping along this avenue, this boulevard, this Lefferts Boulevard, Liberty Avenue, all my life. So I have too witnessed how those early immigrants had to get acclimated into our community, struggling to open up a small business, struggling to become part of our community for decades. I've witnessed it. I'm glad to witness it. So I'm glad to be part of Little Guyana. But it doesn't happen alone. It takes all of us to make sure that that diversity works. It takes all of us to make sure that we can welcome everyone to Little Guyana. And to have a sign, it takes partners. I want to thank again the MTA. Lucille, where are you? Lucille Shanghai, thank you. We met, we spoke about this idea. Thank you to you and your team. To Romeo Hitlal. This is a snapshot of how government should work, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. A very active resident, Romeo Hitlal, comes forward representing the Lions Club. And again, to all the Lions Club, for an organization for over 100 years. The charitable contributions to the Lions Club. Thank you for what you do each and every day in our community. But to Romeo, who brought it to our attention, hey, there should be a sign to match the city sign. There should say, welcome to Little Guyana. This is how government works. The resident comes to the elected official goes to their friends in the agencies, and things happen. Good things happen for a community. That's how government should work each and every day. And we're witnessing it here today. We're witnessing it here with a sign that's a symbol for us to see and for generations to enjoy. So welcome to Little Guyana. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Thank you, Romeo.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank the MTA for doing this for us. Oh my God, this means so much to us. But I want to thank Senator Adabo, as you heard him say, partners. The community work with elected official work with everyone else. The Lions Club, the Richmond Hill South Ozone Park Lions Club. Guys, congratulations. Not only the welcome to Little Guyana will welcome millions of visitors or millions of people passing through the subway station up here, but the Lions Club and the Senator name will be there to welcome them also. And that's a great thing. Thank you, MTA, for doing that for us. On behalf of myself, this means so much because, growing up here in the community in Richmond Hill, coming from Guyana, we have, this means that we have something now to say, hey, Little Guyana, welcome us. This is our home. This means this is where the Guyanese community is. This is where everybody will say, hey, do you want to go down to Guyana? Yes, we're going to go there. And not only that you can come to Guyana and shop, but they'll welcome you. They welcome you, the train welcome you when you come out of the station, and when you step down on the street, we have a street name after us also, Little Guyana. So again, this means a lot to the entire community. I want to thank everyone again, the elected official, especially Senator Adabo and MTA for doing this. And we want to continue working as partners to do better and greater things. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for coming out.
Great job, Romeo. Thank you.
One of the officials that we cannot go without speaking to or hearing from is Assembly Member David Wepper. Now, if you want to talk about someone who has been a supporter for this is one individual that you cannot overlook. So, please, David Wepper.
Thank you. It's so important to be proud of your heritage. And we're proud of the Guyanese heritage right here in Little Guyana. This is another recognition for the community, for the good work that they do. As was mentioned, we have a street, Little Guyana Street. We have so many different events here in Richmond Hill that we're so proud of. And this is another step of recognition of a community that has made a major contribution to Queens, to the city of New York, and this is just another step. So I want to thank everyone involved, my colleague, Senator Adabo, the MTA, so many different individuals, but this is just another recognition of the great Guyanese community, and we're so proud to have them right here in Richmond Hill. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right. Got one other person we want to introduce. Council member, none other than the esteemed Council member Lynn Shulman.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm new to representing the community. And you feel the warmth of the sun? That's not the only thing that's warm. This community has welcomed me with warmth since the minute that I took it over as part of redistricting in the city council. And it's just amazing to me. And I'm so proud to be here today, to be part of this historic unveiling for to represent Little Guyana. This community has been around in the 1970s and 80s when Guyanese were coming into Richmond Hill and Ozone Park. And this is just a small symbol of the diversity of our borough. Our borough is the most diverse borough in the world, actually, in the world. And the Guyanese community is a big part of that. And we should celebrate everyone every day. And this is amazing that when I take the subway and I take public transit, so thank you to the MTA, that I will see a sign that says Little Guyana. You're welcome to Little Guyana. Because I've always felt welcomed here, and now everybody's going to see what diversity and how rich this community is. So thank you very much.
All right. Now I have to acknowledge the efforts of a couple people who have been here to support this effort. First, we'd like to recognize Sibu Nair, the Deputy Director of Asian American Affairs in the Governor's Office. Aaron Ambrose, Queens Representative from the Governor's Office. Parvina Ramatar, a representative from the Guyana Consulate. Naidu Virapan, who's the president of the Lions Club, we heard from him earlier. And Rosemary Frizzone, Queens Community Board 10. And we can't go without recognizing the officers, the police that have been here to support these efforts, Commander Officer of the 106th Precinct, Captain Vanto. With that, I think we go to questions, but I do want to talk a little bit before we move on about the weather for this weekend.
Any delays?
Yeah. So I'm sure you all heard big storm coming on Saturday that you can expect. I'll tell you that over the next between 3 a.m. and around midnight on Saturday into Sunday, we expect to have anywhere between 2.5 and 4 inches of rain. It will be a lot of rain, but over a long period of time. There won't be strong downpours enough to overwhelm our infrastructure or subway system. So we anticipate having smooth sailing the entire time. You should be able to rely on us. But just in case, we will have people in place at various locations throughout the system to make sure that any issues we're able to respond to. We'll have folks out there with pumps. We're going out today to even do prep work to be able to make sure that those pumps are functioning as they should, and have people in place to do it. We have pump trains ready. We're prepared for down trees, because sometimes we get that with the rain, the soaking rain, but we'll have folks out there as well. And lastly, on the bus side, they are prepared as well. They have extra crews out there that will be watching the service. They will be making sure to announce any reroutes to service in advance. So your best asset will be mta.info. Make sure to log in to get the newest, the most up-to-date information on how you can commute over the weekend. So again, thank you all for coming here. This was an amazing day, an amazing event. And with that, we'll go to any questions that you have.
Yeah, let's start with Tangerine Clark right there from the Caribbean News, please, in the white hat to the right.
Mr. Critchlow, thank you so much, first of all, for being here today to celebrate the beautiful Guyanese culture. My name is Tangerine Clark, and I'm with Caribbean Life News. One question. Now, when the A train pulls into Lefferts Boulevard, would the conductor say, Lefferts Boulevard, welcome to Little Guyana?
So one thing that we have encouraged our conductors to do is to use some originality. We encourage them to be able to speak to the people who actually need to be heard. So that is one thing we will be encouraging our conductors to do. Show some love for Little Guyana.
Yes. All right. Nice.
Very good. Good question.
All right, other questions. There we go. That's Joe Tesoro from Channel 7 Eyewitness News, Demetrius.
Oh, this, okay. Not used to this. All right, there's a rally in Staten Island with the borough president addressing the congestion pricing and how it adversely affects lower-income New Yorkers. What's your response to that?
So I worked at Staten Island. I was the vice president of Staten Island Railway for, I guess, around 3 years. So I would consider myself fairly familiar with Staten Island. Staten Islanders want good transportation. They support transportation. They're here for things like this because they want great bus service. They want our Staten Island Rail to operate as frequently as possible. So I would say the Staten Island residents themselves are invested in transportation. Congestion pricing is a means to get there. We all know that the infrastructure has to be replaced. We know that we need new trains. We know that we need a new signal system. We know that we need those things. And you need funding. Congestion pricing is at this point the stream that provides the funding for those things. So, I would say Staten Islanders know they want transportation. They want great public transportation. And congestion pricing at this point is the means to fund that.
All right, any other questions? Fabulous. We're going to move on now. I think we got some more entertainment and then the main event. We're going to unveil the plaque upstairs. So stay with us, everybody. If you're watching online, we're going to deliver that to you live.
Thank you much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Good job. Even though I disagree with you on
All right, let's look over at Mark real quick.
Right here.
Everybody. One more.
Looking up.
Very
Thank you.
nice. Okay.
So you have a piece of tape? Oh, sorry. There you go. So screw it up, because it's coming when you're hoodie, you gotta be good first.